Mother dog and her puppies thrown from a moving car, but something inexplicable happens. In a world where compassion often seems to be in short supply, some moments of cruelty stand out more than others. One such moment occurred when a mother dog and her helpless puppies were heartlessly thrown from a moving car, abandoned on the side of a road to face an uncertain future. The image of these innocent creatures, cast aside with no regard for their lives, is enough to break anyone's heart. It's a chilling reminder of the kind of heartlessness that some animals have to endure. Imagine the fear and confusion that filled the puppies' tiny hearts as they were torn away from the safety of their mother and tossed onto a cold, unforgiving road. The mother dog, protective and scared, must have done everything in her power to shield her puppies from the danger around them, only to find herself powerless against the cruelty of their situation. The pain of abandonment, combined with the harsh reality of their new, hostile environment, must have been unbearable. But as often happens when we least expect it, something inexplicable occurred. Just when it seemed like all hope was lost, the impossible happened. The cruelty they faced did not go unnoticed, and what seemed like an end to their story became the beginning of something far more miraculous. In a world where we often feel helpless in the face of such atrocities, there are still sparks of kindness that rise above the darkness. In this story, we witness the extraordinary turn of events that saved these innocent lives. It's a story that will fill you with hope and remind you of the power of compassion. This heartwarming twist is a testament to the resilience of life and the unexpected heroes who step in when all seems lost. But the journey doesn't end with the rescue. The mother dog and her puppies, although saved from their immediate danger, still had a long road ahead of them. Healing, both physically and emotionally, would require time, patience, and a lot of love. As we continue, we will see how this incredible story unfolds, how this group of animals, once left to fend for themselves in the harshest of circumstances, were given a second chance at life. While the world can sometimes be a cruel place for animals, stories like this remind us that there is always room for compassion and kindness. As we take you through this incredible tale, we'll not only witness the transformation of these animals, but also reflect on the power of human intervention and the responsibility we all share in protecting those who cannot protect themselves. Stay with us as we share the rest of this remarkable journey, one that will leave you inspired, hopeful, and reminded of the goodness that still exists in the world, even in the darkest moments. This is not just a story of survival. It is a story of second chances, of love conquering cruelty, and of a world where even the smallest act of kindness can change everything. The incident. On an ordinary quiet day, something unimaginable and horrifying occurred, something that would forever change the lives of a mother dog and her puppies. It was a scene that no living creature, let alone innocent animals, should ever have to endure. As the sun blazed in the sky, a speeding car came barreling down the road, weaving through traffic. Unbeknownst to those in the surrounding vehicles, something heart-wrenching was about to unfold in their midst. As the car sped ahead, it abruptly slowed and pulled over to the side of the road. The vehicle came to a halt, and the driver's doors swung open. The driver, showing no signs of hesitation or compassion, stepped out and made his way to the back of the car. Within seconds, the back door was thrown open, and the cruel act began. The mother dog, visibly scared and confused, was grabbed roughly by the scruff of her neck. Her eyes, wide with terror, scanned the area in a desperate attempt to understand what was happening. In her panic, she struggled, but the strength of the person handling her was overpowering. Without warning, the man tossed the mother dog out of the car like a discarded object. She landed hard on the cold, unforgiving pavement, the shock of the impact leaving her dazed and confused. But this wasn't all. Behind her, a small group of puppies, vulnerable and defenseless, were thrown from the vehicle one by one, each struggling to find their footing as they hit the ground with a painful thud. They squealed in distress, calling out to their mother, but they were separated from her in the chaos of the moment. The sound of their cries filled the air as they tumbled into the street, left to face the harsh reality of being abandoned in an unfamiliar, dangerous place. The mother dog's instinct took over. Despite the pain she must have felt, she immediately tried to gather her puppies, trying to shield them with her body as best as she could. But the cruel reality of their situation set in. Alone, frightened, and confused, they were left in a place where their survival was uncertain. The road they were abandoned on was busy, with cars speeding past, and the air was filled with the noises of a typical city day. The mother's protective instincts kicked in, but there was little she could do to protect her little ones from the immediate dangers of the bustling traffic and unfamiliar surroundings. Desperation set in as she tried to nudge each of her puppies, trying to get them to move to safety, but they were all weak from the ordeal. At that moment, everything seemed lost. The heart-wrenching image of the mother dog, desperately trying to keep her puppies together while being powerless to do so, was a testament to her love and devotion. There they were, cast aside like they meant nothing, left in a cruel and unforgiving world. But as anyone who's ever witnessed such a sight can attest, this was the moment that would set everything in motion. Little did they know, their story was far from over. Something inexplicable was about to happen that would change their fate forever. The moment of despair. In the aftermath of the incident, the mother dog and her puppies found themselves in a state of sheer panic. The puppies, small and fragile, whimpered from the shock, their tiny bodies trembling from both the physical impact and the overwhelming fear. The mother, though injured and disoriented, tried to comfort them as best as she could, licking their fur to reassure them, but her own desperation was evident. She was alone now, alone with no one to help them, and no safety in sight. The harsh reality of their situation began to settle in. The road was busy with vehicles speeding past, oblivious to the small family struggling for survival. The mother dog tried to guide her puppies off the road, her protective instincts kicking in as she nudged them toward the sidewalk, but the puppies were too weak and terrified to move. Each time they tried to crawl to safety, they were halted by their own confusion and fear. The mother stood by them, her eyes scanning the street for any sign of help, but there was nothing. Nothing except the deafening noise of the cars zooming by, reminding them of how alone they truly were. In that moment, it seemed like all hope was lost. The world around them felt indifferent, cold, and uncaring. The puppies' cries faded into the distance, blending with the city's noise, as the mother dog watched over them, helpless and exhausted. But this was not the end of their story. The unexpected twist. Just when it seemed like the situation could not get worse, something unexpected happened. Without a second thought, the woman parked her car by the side of the road and rushed toward them. Her heart ached as she approached the frightened family, seeing their injuries and the fear in their eyes. Without hesitation, the woman bent down and gently scooped up the puppies, one by one, wrapping them in her arms to keep them safe. The mother dog, though wary at first, seemed to sense the woman's kindness and slowly allowed her to approach. She, too, was carefully lifted into the woman's arms, where she was held close, offering comfort and safety. The woman then rushed them to her car and immediately drove them to the nearest animal shelter, where a team of veterinarians was ready to assist. Recovery and rescue. Once at the shelter, the mother dog and her puppies were examined. They were shaken, weak, and scared, but they were alive, and that was all that mattered. The veterinarians quickly administered the necessary medical care, cleaning their wounds and providing the treatment they needed to recover. Over the following weeks, the mother dog and her puppies began to heal, physically and emotionally. They were given food, warmth, and the care they so desperately needed. Slowly but surely, they regained their strength, and the mother dog's once wary eyes started to brighten. Her puppies, once fragile and trembling, began to play and explore their new environment, finding comfort in each other's presence. The love and dedication of the rescue team and the woman who saved them gave these animals a second chance at life. The mother dog, once fearful and broken, began to trust again. Her puppies, once weak and afraid, grew into healthy, playful pups. As the days passed, the shelter worked tirelessly to find them forever homes, and the days soon came when the mother dog and her puppies were adopted by loving families who promised to care for them for the rest of their lives. The aftermath and reflection. The story of the mother dog and her puppies is one of unimaginable cruelty turned into a tale of hope and recovery. Their rescue is a reminder that even in the face of cruelty, there are still kind people out there willing to make a difference. The mother dog and her puppies, once left to die on the streets, now live in safe, loving homes, surrounded by people who cherish them. This heartwarming twist in their story proves that while there is darkness in the world, there is also light. It reminds us of the power of human kindness and how a single act of compassion can change the lives of animals in need. Call to action. The rescue of this mother dog and her puppies is just one example of the countless animals that face abuse, neglect, and abandonment every day. We all have a responsibility to ensure that no animal suffers in silence. If you can, consider supporting your local animal shelters, adopting pets, or simply spreading awareness about the importance of animal welfare. Every small act of kindness can make a world of difference. If you're moved by this story, remember that you too can make a change, whether it's through donations, volunteering, or simply educating others about the plight of animals. You have the power to help. Conclusion. As we reflect on the journey of the mother dog and her puppies, we can take comfort in the knowledge that their story, though born from cruelty, ended in hope and love. It is a testament to the strength of the animals, the power of human compassion, and the miracle of second chances. Though their journey started in despair, it ended in a bright, happy future. Their story will forever remind us that no matter how dark the world may seem at times, there is always hope, and where there's hope, there's the possibility of a better tomorrow.